What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bullets Gotti, man. Coming with another one. This one right here is about the whole Dame Dash, Steve Stoute situation. Now, let me say this, right? People say this about Dame. They say, yo, Dame is hard to work with. Dame is this, Dame is that. But what people don't understand about Dame Dash is that all he got is his, like in the words of Scarface, is his word and his balls. And I think what Stoute said was kind of messed up. And we're going to get into it. We're going to break it down. It's your boy Bullets Gotti.
Dame gave a lot of people jobs, regardless of what people say. And him giving you a platform, he gave a lot of people in Harlem jobs.
Oh, absolutely. It's a bunch of people outside of me that are still in prominent positions now. Sherry, she's the president of Rock Nation Rave. She lived in Dame's building, Dame Dash's building in 1199. And I don't really know exactly how the college thing worked. I don't know if Dame helped her get in college or helped pay for college or whatever it was. I'm not sure about that part. But she came down as an intern. Dame let her be an intern at Rockefeller. And she never looked back. You know, she's an intern, then a secretary, then an assistant, then got went into corporate. Then I think she's the assistant president at Atlantic Records. So she went over to work with Todd Moskowitz. And now she's the president of Rock Nation. And this is like Dame Dash's niece almost. And that's just one example. It's several people who's still working right now. Emmanuel, who's at Atlantic, got hired at Rockefeller. It's a lot of executives that's still working right now because of Dame. Yes.
That's huge. Yeah. Pause.
Dame gets perceived the wrong way because of his attitude. He's very arrogant, but he's very smart. But the thing about it is Dame is going to do what works for Dame. And at this point, you got to accept him, either love him or hate him for who he is because he's not changing. And he's been successful at helping build $100 million companies, not just one, but multiple. And some people never going to see $100 million in their life. So I think he's capable of doing anything in the world. But sometimes, to me, to Cam, the way he presents himself to other people is eternal. He's an acquired taste.
Running it down on these niggas. Sex, drugs, money, and murder, my nigga. You know how we did it, my nigga. Still be painting them bitches, my nigga. Ripping that roll, fucking your bitches. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. 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 Niggas, they never gon' hurt you. Niggas, they never will hurt you. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. Sex, drugs, money, and murder.
Got the trap spot, understand how to get that. Ran down on them niggas with a flip back. You ain't never seen none of nigga live like that. I was still getting stacks back. Had to fuck around getting them packs back.
Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bullets Gotti, man. So this is how I feel about the whole Steve Stoute, Dame Dash situation. Now, you know, Stoute and Dame been going back and forth for years now. If y'all know, the whole fallout with Steve Stoute and Dame, it started because of, you know, it started because of, you know, Jay-Z and Dame was really, at the time, they was beefing. And when Dame and Jay broke up, you know, Stoute was on Team Jay-Z. He's always gonna be Team Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? He even was Team Jay-Z against Nas. And at the time, he was managing Nas, and he was Team Jay-Z. You know, so with the whole thing with Stoute and Dame, they had their issues for a long time. So with him doing the interview with Shannon Sharp, you know what I'm saying, people talking about it, and, you know, how Dame feel is that, you know, dude disrespected him. Dude disrespected him. And with dude disrespecting him and saying the things that he's saying was kind of disparaging. You know, trying to say, yo, Dame was hard to work with. Okay, Dame is hard to work with, but Dame has always been the guy that was the revolutionary for the artists. You know, you heard Bean say it, you heard a lot of them say it. He was the revolutionary dude for the artists. You know what I mean? He fought for the artists. He fought for Jay. He fought for the artists. He fought for everybody because he didn't want to see nobody robbed. You know what I'm saying? And when you fight for your artists and you don't want to see nobody robbed, you can't knock a dude like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, in some people's opinion, they'll think, well, Dame is a hard dude to work with because he bringing street tactics to the boardroom. And his mindset is like street mindset. It's not a corporate mindset. What people gotta understand is he keeps it real. He keeps it real for the people. And you gotta keep it real for the people. And you can't get mad with a dude that has a mindset like that because you would rather be in a, you would rather fight, you would rather somebody will fight for you that's a real one, that's standing tall, or you would rather somebody that'll fight for you that don't fight for you and just let dudes do you dirty. That just wasn't Dame, man. He just wasn't built like that, and he wasn't built to be that type of dude. So Dame was, he made sure everybody win. But people gonna follow the bag, you know. People just not gonna follow, you know, the dude that's the righteous one and really defending everybody. They gonna follow the bag. And with Dame, you know, he had a good mindset about things, but in people's way, he was too rebellious for the industry. And in an industry like that, you can't be rebellious. And Dame was just too rebellious. And dudes didn't like that he was rebellious. And dudes, you know what I'm saying, dudes just want to get money and they don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? So Dame put up a good fight. And he rode for his people for not get robbed. But in the eyes of the industry and the eyes of dudes in the industry, they feel like Dame should have just shut up and just take it. And sometimes your pride can be your biggest worst nightmare. And like with Stoute, to discredit Dame Dash was messed up, because how you gonna discredit a man like that? He rode for his mans. You know, whether Jay didn't feel like he wanted Dame to ride for him, he was riding for him regardless. So he didn't care if he had to go in there and curse out Kevin Lyles or curse out this one or curse out that Todd Moskowitz or whoever to get his mans, you know, to get his mans respect, you know, and get not only the respect but get his mans what he was rightfully just due. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas ain't gonna like that when you dealing with dudes that just feel like, you know, they need to shut up. You know, he know that he's a worker. His man, he need to just take what, you know, he in a good position. Nah, man, you can't think like that, man. When you a thinker and you have your own mindset, and you feel injustice is going on, you have every right to speak. And I think people just fear that about Dame Dash. It's just like when people talk about Benzino and other cats, man, they just don't like brothers that just have a different mindset. And, you know, those are the brothers that they feel that need to be silenced. And I feel like Dame, you know, because Stoute is a pro Jay-Z guy, and he's not a pro Dame guy, you know, it's always going to be an issue with him and Dame, because one dude is pro the other, and two, the other dude is not pro the other dude. You know what I'm saying? He's not pro Dame. He's pro Jay. He's gonna always be pro Jay. Him and Jay is business partners, and they a team. So he's gonna ride with the dude that he ride with. And Dame is just saying, yo, dog, like, come on, you did shit that was in culture. You told on Puff. He felt like, yo, you press charges on Puff. You know, you gave the lawyer the so he can sue Jay. So they ain't feeling like that. It's not a lawyer. It's not loyal. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So a lot of dudes gotta realize it's all about, you know, who niggas' loyalty is. And a lot of dudes don't stand for, if you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And you know, with that situation with Dame and all of them, is that you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that, you know, in that situation with Dame and all of them, is that Dame didn't fall for anything. He stood for something, and dudes just didn't like that he stood for something. And when you stand for something, you gonna always be public enemy number one. So it is what it is, you know. So I mean, Dame is a real one, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these industry niggas, you know, just don't got the backbone of Dame. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna stay for anything. And you know, with the way Stoute feel, is that I'm riding with my man, and this is what I feel, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I could understand where Dame coming from. It's like, dog, you keep throwing shots at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why me and you got in a scuffle, because you keep throwing shots at me. You know, and that's in Dame. That's how Dame feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, why every interview you gotta keep, you know, taking a dunk on me, taking a shit on me. You know what I'm saying? You not being mean to me. Cool. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just take a piss on me and just say whatever and say whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy part about it, is that niggas just feel the way they feel. So, you know, Dame is a good dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Wish the industry had more. The industry had more Dame Dashes, and more. A lot of these dudes, man, you'll understand why the industry the way it is, man. You know, Dame really cared, man. It's just, he just was ahead of his time. And dudes just they couldn't handle a nigga like Dame that was really about the artist. You know, they felt he was public enemy number one. And you know, a dude like Stoute, who's a pro-industry guy, a pro-corporate guy, you know, he look at Dame as the problem. You know, it is what it is. It's your boy Bullis guy.